Avatar Fire and Ash is the latest entry in the Avatar franchise. And first, I'd like to give my thoughts and opinions on the first two movies. The first one, I didn't get to see in theaters, which was probably a bad thing, since I found it very underwhelming and kind of annoying. Didn't really strike me as anything that great, and I just saw it as a rinse and repeat of a bunch of environmental films from the 90s. Second movie, I did like a lot more, primarily because I got to see it in 3D. 3D. A lot of the underwater scenes did really save that movie for me. It did do some new stuff that I think did make it better than the first. Fire and Ash, though, I think this is the worst movie in the franchise because this movie adds really not a whole lot new. There's some new stuff they add, but I think it was a mistake to do this stuff in this movie because this movie has an over 3 hour long runtime and it is not deserved. Like, there is nothing going on in this movie and somehow too much going on at the same time. Nothing just really feels accomplished. So much feels like it's just repeating what the second movie did and what the first movie did. There's not really a whole lot of new ideas that they're trying to do here, and they're just trying to introduce so much stuff that it doesn't give them the time to really breathe. Like, we're trying to mourn the loss of Jake's son, while also introducing the Fire Tribe, while also introducing this essentially cure for the humans that allows them to live on Pandora. And two of these subplots might have in one movie would have worked, but three of these plus trying to do the plots points we have in Way of Water as well, it just is too much. And one thing I will praise this movie for that's I think is also its biggest weakness is the spectacle. And this may be a weird thing to say, but I think there's too much. Like for the first two movies, I think they knew to kind of save a lot of the spectacle for the final act. In this one, there's like three big set pieces in the movie, like in the first hour, the second hour, and the third hour. And by the time we're at the third one, I just don't care. The wonder is gone, and I just can't get myself to care what's gonna happen. Like, some major characters die in this movie. I'm like, okay, sure. I just don't care, and this movie does not need this runtime. Not these runs aren't this runtime. It does. It needs more and somehow less. And man, like, if we're going to keep going for this franchise, James Cameron needs to find some new ideas because he's running on empty with this franchise. Because there's nothing else left. We've done all we can with action in this world. Air, water. What's left? Nothing. I honestly think it's a good thing that they're taking a break from Avatar 4. Because James Cameron needs to figure out what he's going to do with this. Like, why do we need to keep coming back to this? You're not giving us anything new. You're just essentially feeding us the same stuff you did like 5 years ago. And I feel like for movies like this, you need to be doing something new. You can't keep rinse and repeating. Transformers is a good example of this. Those movies were rinse and repeat, and audiences finally woke up and stopped going to them. That's what's going to happen in Avatar. Like, by Avatar 5, I'm going to say that one's not going to make over $1 billion. Right now, I think this movie is going to make $1 billion, but there's got to be changes made in how they go about these movies. They got to either find some new exciting way to do the action. They got to actually get good writers for their movies, or honestly just end it, because I just don't think people care. Like, honestly, the CGI is the only reason people are seeing these movies. No one's cloning these characters. No one's going to remember this. In fact, by next year, I don't think he wants me to talk about this movie anymore. It's very much comes and goes. You see it once and you never think about it again. And honestly, if this franchise ends now, I think this is a good place to end it personally, because as I said, I don't think there's anything new to do here, And I just want James Cameron to make real movies again instead of just freaking eye candy.